10 states, Department of Insurance issued letters trying to get Medicare Advantage companies to pay agents. Started off with Idaho. We were all very excited about that. And then we had Delaware, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Colorado, Oklahoma, Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Connecticut. They all notified the Department of Justice. They notified the insurance companies of cease and desist letters. They said, hey, if you're going to sell Medicare Advantage within our state borders, you have to pay the agents, because what you're doing by suppressing commissions is forcing agents to steer into plans where they're paid. This is bad for the members of our state that are on Medicare. So they said, we're not going to allow it within our state borders. And the insurance company said, but you're not the boss of me. Okay. So Medicare Advantage is a federal program governed by the Social Security Act, which specifically states that the feds get to control Medicare Advantage, not the states. So the feds govern how the plans are filed, the applications look like, what the commission structure will look like. The states don't have any input in that. So the states are mad. And I think the agents felt good, like somebody's standing up for us, but it was hollow. They have no authority. So I think you kind of knew this. Like if somebody did something with Medicare Advantage, the state DOI doesn't know about it. People would report to the state DOIs, and it's two separate systems. It's weird because the states license insurance agents. So CMS doesn't license us, doesn't really have a line of sight to us. CMS controls the carriers, and then the carriers contract with agents and are responsible for agent behaviors. When the carriers file a plan, they file it with a range of commissions. So the range will be 0 to whatever is fair market value. And they can move that toggle, which we saw them do this AEP. And that there's nothing illegal about that. That is how these for-profit insurance companies manage their book of business so they can stay in business. And it's kind of like, be careful what you ask for, because the states could say, you can't sell in our state. Is that really what you want? Because the carriers can do without your state. We already see Vermont is kind of like a desert for Medicare Advantage. So maybe we want to tone down the heat a little bit on this, and everybody understand what rules apply. So Medicare Advantage cannot be swayed by these lawsuits, cease and desist letters, any of the action from the states. Now, CMS can act. CMS can say you have to do such and such. But didn't we just have that lawsuit last year where we said, no, they're not going to do that? So we can't have that both ways either. So this concept that they have to pay us, no, they don't. It's their product. It's their rules. CMS allows them to file a wide range. Would you be happy if they just filed it with no commission? Because by filing it with a range, that way they can, and you've seen this, they can allow you to sell plans, but when they reach a certain amount, it's like, we don't want any more. Then they can cut commissions, suppress the plan, because they know how many plans they want to remain profitable. It's just that agents don't understand that. And agents get really frustrated and feel like the carrier is maybe not our partner in this. We all got to be partners. The regulators, CMS, the carriers, and the agents. We all need to understand what's going on so that we're not unnecessarily wasting all our time in letter writing campaigns trying to stir up our state DOIs to do something they don't have the legal ability to do. And I saw a lot of that action online by people that were very good-hearted. They thought they were doing something good, but as you can see, and CMS finally spoke, they didn't do anything. They raised a lot of concern for something that was beyond the purview of the state Department of Insurance. So if you were one of those people that got stirred up and wrote those letters to your state commissioner, your heart was in the right place, but you didn't understand how the system works. Medicare supplement, governed at the state level, right? So you see variety of rules from state to state when it comes to Medicare supplements, and a lot of changes right now when it comes to Medicare supplements. Um, I can name a whole bunch of states that recently said you're going to pay on ESRD Medicare, you're going to pay on under 65, you're going to offer med subs to under 65, you're going to institute the birthday rule. A lot of changes coming from each individual state. It doesn't come from CMS. This is at the state level. CMS handles Medicare Advantage. The plans are filed at the federal level. It's governed at the federal level, but the feds don't license agents. That's through the state Department of Insurance. So it's an interesting system we have set up, but when you understand it better, and please share this video with younger agents, when you understand it better, you'll be less frustrated. Not that it makes more sense, but you'll at least understand the rules we're all playing by. If you learned something in this video, you know how YouTube works. Give me a like, a share, comment. Tell the algorithm to tell other agents that we're at Hague Rd Marketing putting out valuable information to help you, help strangers. Don't necessarily work with us. And thank you for watching.